All right, you ready for some more comedy?
Yes!
All right, let's bring her on up. A two-time immigrant from England and Canada who found love with a surfer in sunny California. Here she is. Please welcome Ashley Gardner.
Thank you, ladies. So you're all here to find out what is so damn funny about growing old. Not much. I'm not feeling that funny. I know our stand-up teacher told us, find the funny in your life. Well, that's easy for a 40-year-old white guy to say, right? Being an old woman, not that easy. You know, first of all, you start to leak. That's not funny. And then, if you laugh, you're never gonna make it to the bathroom. And that's not funny either. And then the other day I was brushing my hair, and where my beautiful, lovely knees were are my mother's knees. Like, when did that happen? That's not funny. And then there's this. You get to wave twice. That's not funny either. Don't even get me started on these. I know whose fault it is. Gravity. I know. Without gravity, we'd all go flying off into space. But could we just have a little less gravity? That would help a lot. My husband thinks that's funny. It's not funny. So being old, it can be tough, because ageism is kind of rampant out there, you know? Just ask Joe Biden. Sorry about that. I had to get some political thing in here, right? So some of the things about being old are, I went to a rock concert not too long ago, and I heard someone say, hey, who brought the grandma? And I'm looking around. They're all looking at me. Then I went to Forever 21. I got carded at the door. Who knew there was an age limit to crop tops and ripped up jeans? Like, totally. But there are some advantages to being old. So all those senior discounts, right? I mean, they're everywhere. Sometimes you just have to ask for them. Especially great is the senior early bird special. Right, you can save a lot of money. If you don't mind eating dinner between 2 and 4 o'clock in an overly lit restaurant, surrounded by old people. Yeah. So I had a great time in college. Didn't actually go to college. I roomed with 2 young ladies who were at the university, which worked out really well for me because while they were studying the books, I was studying the boys. Now my roommates told me, do not, under any circumstances, date those engineering students. Because all those boys want to do is get drunk and have a lot of sex. Huh. So I married an engineer. He doesn't seem to want to get drunk. Oh, sorry. Senior sex. Ugh. Nobody wants to talk about that, so I won't. Except to say this. The main difference between sex then and sex now, then it was all, now it's all, ow, where's your leg? So being married to an engineer has its humorous moments. For instance, after dinner, I might say, oh, pie, honey? And he says, oh, yes. 3.149762883. Not helpful. And then there's those moments in our jacuzzi in the morning where we might have a conversation and a topic might turn to, say, the weight of water. And how you can use that formula to accurately ascertain exactly how much water I am displacing when I get in the jacuzzi. Which is his engineer speak for, honey, you might be getting a little chubby. Oh, go eat your pie. So we've been married 31 years. Not too bad. Thank you, thank you. He's younger, which I like a lot because they're a lot easier to train. And after 31 years, he's coming along quite nicely. Still some things we're working on, like closing the kitchen cupboard doors and drawers, and shaving on the weekends occasionally, and hanging up the dish towel. I think I'm gonna give up on that one. Yeah, so. Did we talk about senior sex already? I think we did. So we still have some issues we're working on. You know, when I look back at my childhood, I realize how smart my parents were. When I was a little girl, if ever I criticized anything that wasn't quite right, my mom would say, well, when you're a grown-up, you should be a critic. Huh, who knew? Years later, I am the founding member of the NPA, the Nitpickers Association. Its members are mostly women. My husband tells me I should lower my standards. I'd be much happier. I tell him I did. I married you. Just kidding, honey. Just kidding. He's just kidding. So I fell off my bike recently. What the hell's a 79-year-old woman riding a bike for anyway? But I broke both my wrists. Both my wrists. I want you just to sit there quietly and think about what you cannot do without your hands and without your arms. Just about everything. I didn't mind my husband dressing me. He certainly didn't mind undressing me. And there we are in the shower. I've got my arms up in the air, covered in plastic, and he's... What the hell are you doing back there anyway? However, there is a line of intimacy that I am just not willing to cross. I'm a Brit. Yeah, having my husband wipe my bottom, not gonna happen. So I had to try a few adaptive devices. The ice cream scoop worked quite well. Oh, but the back scratcher? Much more efficient. My sweetheart, great guy that he is, installed a bidet the very next day. Perfect solution to that problem. However, it was not exactly the top of the line bidet. No heated seat, no air dryer, and no hot water. There is nothing like a cold jet of cold water up your backside in the middle of the night to make you feel alive. So after my wrist healed, I opted for a full hip replacement. So all the information that came from the Kaiser, hello, thank you, was very intensive, all the things you're gonna do and not do. And we met with the surgeon about a week before the operation so we could get all our questions answered. Now I had a lot of questions. My husband, the engineer, only had one question. And what was it? Right, when can we have sex again? The doctor says, oh, well, whenever it's comfortable. Comfortable. Now, I've heard sex described a lot of different ways. Over the moon, fabulous, boring. But I don't think I've ever heard sex described as comfortable. Oh, sweetheart, that was the most comfortable sex I ever had. I've always been fascinated by men and their balls. You know, they come in such different sizes and colors even, right? Some men's balls are really large and kind of a rusty red color. Yeah, and they get bounced a lot. And then some men's balls are mostly black and white, and they get kicked around and headed even. And other men's balls are somewhat smaller, and they're kind of fuzzy. And they come in strange colors. Some are pink. I've even seen yellow and green even. And those balls get whacked. And then some men's balls are really tiny, mostly white. And they're covered in dimples. And these men's balls get washed a lot. And sometimes even polished. Because you do not want a speck of dust on these tiny balls. And that's really all I know about sports. So I went to a health retreat for a week not too long ago. You know, one of those very calming, very zen, very cleansing kind of places. And you could spell cleansing E-N-E-M-A. E-N-E-M-A-S. Daily? Self-administered? Just a little too clean for me. So the first day, we're all sitting around in a circle, and the idea is to introduce yourself and say why you're spending a week at this health retreat. Well, everybody who spoke before me had some terrible disease or some horrific life situation. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck am I going to say? My life is almost perfect. So finally it gets to me. I say, my name is Ashley, and I'm here because I need to lose 5 pounds. And my pubic hair is turning gray. And my husband doesn't hang up the dish towel. And that's not funny.